You were mentioning that somebody replied to you with the laughing, crying emoji.
Oh, yes.
And
yes, indeed.
our most divisive poll question last week was the emoji showdown between the laughing, crying emoji or the dead skull emoji. And Alex was the first to inform me about this. But apparently, Gen Z thinks that the laughing, crying emoji is a cringy old person emoji now.
Really?
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah. And I noticed when I looked through the voters that everyone who voted for the laughing one was like our age, and everyone who voted for the skull one was like younger.
Really?
And this is like, when I think about it, I don't want to think about it because I don't want to believe that we're on the old side of trends. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we look at what our parents do and the shit they say, and we're like, nerds. And now there's some 22-year-old.
We're laughing, crying emojiing them, and then the Zoomers are looking at us, Dead's face and skull and bones.
This guy used I'm dead AF. And like, when I imagine the skull emoji, I imagine it's like a girl with like long fingernails just being like, TF, I'm dead, and then hitting it. And I'm just like, whatever, you got no life experience. You don't know what dead is. You don't know what dead is. I'm dead inside. You don't fucking know. I use a laughing, crying emoji because that was, did you know when I read the article today, it was the 2015, check. Been a while since that happened. It was the 2015 word of the year.
What, laughing, crying
Just
emoji?
the emoji. Just the emoji.
Damn, okay.
And they said it's still technically the most used emoji of all emojis, but that's probably primarily because it's Instagram's first default like react that you can do.
Do they count it every time it's used? Because those numbers might be inflated by the amount of emojis people use.
That's true. I don't know how.
You're never just using one of those. You're like spamming 3.
Yeah. I usually just do 3 of those. Yeah. And then does it count? No, I don't know how they track it. But whatever they do to track it, they probably use the same method to track the other ones. So if you spam an angry face, or if you spam like a fucking dead skull, they're tracking that too. But the laughing, crying is still winning, but it's on a steady decline. It's been used less this year than any other year. In fact, it's about to get overtaken by the loud crying emoji, actually.
Oh, no.
And
that is a popular one, too,
It's a popular one, and the dead skull apparently kind of rose to popularity after TikTok. Because I think the laughing, crying one was real big on like Vine and World Star hip hop compilations. That was when you saw that a lot. But it's weird to think about that. Like, you go back through time and you look at like what was the stuff we would do in like middle school. Remember XD?
Yeah.
XD, like that was awesome back in the day. If you were like a scene girl, if you were a scene chick, that was awesome.
XD, equal sign, capital P.
Yes.
The little tongue out guy.
Yeah. The cat face, :3.
Yeah.
I still do that sometimes. Ironically.
I'm frisky.
I'm frisky. I give him the old cat face.
I like to use like old school emoticons like every once in a while just to be like silly. Never like sincerely.
It's honestly like there is something about an old school emoticon. They're cuter. I remember talking about this with Andrew Mullen.
It like takes more effort too.
Yeah.
It's not just like one button. You have to be like, all right, I'm going to fucking go through my keyboard and make this right.
Yeah, see if I can construct an emotion using only punctuation.
Yeah.
That's dedication. That means, that whoever you were texting is like, you're showing effort. You know what I mean?
It's like making a mixtape.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody makes mixtapes anymore. Nobody makes Spotify playlists for their lovers anymore. Yeah. I never did any of that shit, but you know, if I did, I wouldn't do it now. But it's just strange to me to imagine that I'm getting the age. I'm not switching my emojis now, dude. I'm done switching emojis. I'm sticking with, look, LOL was like the first thing ever, and it's still going strong.
It's still going crazy. I still use it a lot.
Yeah, LOL's like the world's most popular
I sometimes say it out loud. I sometimes say LOL in real life.
When enough people start doing that, then it'll become uncool.
Yeah.
So you got to stop. You have to stop.
No, I'll tell you one thing. There was when we were in Georgia, we were like trying to get dinner one night in, I forget the town name. It was like Covington or something.
Nice.
But
The
like,
Covington kids.
yeah, it was straight up like 3 little Covington kids. It was like a night on the town. Everyone was fucking out, even though it was COVID. Georgia just didn't care. And we were like walking behind these like 3 kids trying to like find a place to eat dinner. And they're like talking about like Twitch, and like one of the kids said like poggers, and I had to like look that
Poggers.
up. It's apparently means like play of the game or something. But I think it's just like LOL, but like gamers LOL.
Oh, yikes.
But like, yeah, just like hearing kids use like internet speak in real life now, I feel like that's probably very common.
What's the acronym? PO?
POG, but they said poggers.
Phrase only in Georgia.
Phrase only Georgia.
That's what I got from that.
Yeah, play of game. I don't
Play of
know.
game. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah,
No, I'm not going to be using that one. When I think of Pog, I only think of one thing, and it's a porn category.
Pog. I think of PAW.
PAW, which is the best. The
Poggers.
best.
Poggers. But
Poggers,
the
yeah.
MILF.
Yeah, if I texted a girl Pog, it would mean a whole different thing, and I'd probably get blocked. Damn. You're a Pog, cat emoji.
Hey, hi. Pog. Pog. Let me see. Pog. Let me see. Fuck, why was I banned? Why'd you ban me?
Yeah, dude. I thought you were from Georgia. Sorry. Badass white Georgians. Yeah, dude. So I think this is like the dive that we're all gonna have to take as millennials. This is gonna be the great divide in online culture, because you get to a certain age where if you try too hard to text like a younger person, it becomes cringe, as they say. Which I don't even say that. I say
I feel like, yeah, because I feel like cringe is played out.
well, yeah, people say, "Oh my god, that's so cringe," and that's like that is cringe. If you say something is cringe, that's cringe.
Yeah.
And
I think because I think that took away from, I like to say things are cringy, but I don't like it like that. I
Yeah.
don't like the meme format. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
that's so cringe.
yeah, yeah.
It's like the equivalent of like saying like that's Uber, which I never said either. That's uber
Yeah.
stupid.
I don't like yikes.
Yikes. Yeah.
That's a yikes. That's
Yeah.
a yikes for me.
I will say yikes like in the old school way. Like just like, oh yikes.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
love yikes like that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say, oh, that's yikes.
Yikes.
I didn't know anybody said that's yikes. That's yikes.
That's yikes.
Saying that is yikes. Yeah, if you try to sound too like, but it's like me using the dead emoji, people would instantly see through that. They'd be like, dude, you don't
Jimmy, are you okay?
like, yeah, dude. Like, are you wearing like a brand name right now? No. Then don't use the fucking dead emoji, dude. Don't.
Damn, dude.
Do you smoke weed? No, I don't. I don't.
Something funny just happened.
Yeah, and now you're dead.
Now
You're
I'm dead.
You're a 28-year-old man, and you're dead from a joke. Is that so? Is that so?
Are you sure?
Are you sure you're dead?
Because you're on Instagram, so you're probably not dead.
You're probably not dead. I'm tracking your browsing. You're not dead.
Damn, dude, we are old.
We're old, bro. We're old. And you just gotta own it, dude. You gotta look. If you're a millennial, don't jump ship. Don't
Stay young.
jump
Stay
ship.
young as long as you can.
Look, dude. Here's the reality.
Switch to dead. Make it work.
Here's the reality. And this is something that I think generationally, the kids in this younger generation don't have any respect for. And I always use the example of everybody likes to make fun of boomers, right? Naturally, you're going to make fun of boomers.
Yeah.
Because you only knew boomers when they were old. You don't know what a boomer would have been like when they were your age.
Yeah.
They were probably pretty fucking dope. Guess what? Boomers invented the internet. You didn't invent the internet. You used the internet. You didn't invent it. Millennials and Gen X, we invented internet culture. Millennials invented memes. You use memes. You use emojis. We invented emojis. Before anyone had ever thought of a one-button thing, we were sitting there hacking away at colons and parentheses and dashes and eights and the fucking 8 with equal capital D. No eggplants back in those days. We had to make our dicks.
Yeah.
We had to make online culture. We had to say stuff like LMAO and not even necessarily know if they weren't going to understand it at one point.
Yeah.
You know? And so I'm not interested in jumping ship to your zillennial culture, your Zoomer culture, and trying to pretend to be you. You're pretending to be us.
You sound like an old man right now.
They don't understand what we did for them, dude.
You're ancient, dude.
I'm not
You're a
ancient.
full month older than me. That's like a decade.
I know, dude. Eric's sitting over
It's
here.
like 20 years, dude.
Eric's sitting over here
A young buck.
typing out text with the dead emoji. Like, I don't know what this guy's fucking talking about.
Fucking dead. This old ass millennial is
Fucking
right in front of me saying he's crying emoji.
yeah, cranky old
This
Vietnam
man said
vet
he's
sitting
crying
here.
emoji. I'm dead.
These kids just don't understand. Look, dude. At a certain point, you gotta be old. You gotta be old. There's
gotta
something
grow up.
cool about being old if you own it. I said this before, and I'll say it again. You don't get old until you stop growing up. And so, grow up. Grow up and use the laughing crying emoji. It's the adult thing to do. It's the adult thing to do.
It's the only way to become an adult.
Yeah. When you type it to a zillennial, Zoomer, I don't know why I keep calling them zillennials. I think we're technically zillennials because we're right on the border.
Zillennial. I've never heard that term before. I like it though.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's cool. Something that an adult would come up with.
An adult would come up with it. Somebody with experience.
Yeah.
Somebody with knowing how to combine two words. Takes time. Takes talent.
Takes years of trying to make emoticons.
Yeah. Years of hacking away. Like, yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's like, dude, you watched Hey Arnold when you were a kid? You watched Rugrats? Guess who wrote that show? Boomers. Gen X.
Definitely Gen X.
You grew up on shows that were made to you. Your entire childhood was defined by the generation before you. Zoomers, your entire childhood was defined by what my generation did for you. So don't ever look at me.
Learn some respect.
Put some respect on our name.
Yeah. Well, and then also think about this. What are you guys passing down? Dancing?
Dancing?
Come on, man.
You guys have the worst internet culture, arguably of all time.
Yeah.
I would say. I mean, look, I'm not saying that our stuff wasn't stupid, but like a lot of the stuff I see on TikTok, it doesn't really capture my attention.
Most of it just doesn't make sense. Like, it's almost like they see like memes and they just do them wrong.
Yeah.
And like, in a sense, that is funny, but also it's just like, it's almost like fucking like that's so random.
Yeah.
It's like that coming back around. Like, oh my God, that's so random.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you just like did that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like that, but that's not funny.
Yeah. And it's also
Like, you
not,
grow out of that so quick.
it's not crazy either.
It's not crazy at all.
Of course I did it. The entire
You're
internet's
schizophrenic.
doing it. It's not fucking crazy.
Yeah, go get help.
I tell you what's crazy. Inventing the internet. That's fucking crazy. And pretty fucking random.
That was hella random.
That was
dude.
random. That was fucking random.
Yeah,
So
they really invented the internet just to like connect colleges to each other, to be like, we can become so much smarter if we share all of our data.
Yeah.
And now it's just fucking
yeah, you created a
too
monster.
much porn.
Yeah, you just
Too much porn and people being racist.
you just created something that people would make fun of you for later on. It's like if we made this podcast and then 20 years later the podcast was just
Yeah.
other people sitting there making fun of us.
The dudes that made internet are rolling in their graves because they thought like we're making something that's gonna get us pussy forever, and they just made a tool for hot people to just fuck each other.
Yeah, not them.
And not them at all.
Fuck, dude. I think that's what Mark Zuckerberg was trying to do with Facebook, dude. He was trying to make a tool so he could get pussy, and then it just wound up like, no, dude, you're gonna have to make at least
Fine, I'll
$3 billion
just
more
be
dollars.
a billionaire.
Fine.
And get pussy that way.
The old-fashioned way.
Old-fashioned
That's
way.
how you
That's
do it.
the Chris D'Elia way. if
That's
I
the
tell
Chris
you.
D'Elia way, dude. How many fucking Facebook messages you think Mark Zuckerberg gets when he rolls into town
Ooh, I don't know
from
about
tech groupies?
Zuckerberg, but Tom For MySpace?
MySpace, Tom had one of the best retorts on Twitter ever, which was somebody like tweeted at him and was like, "Yo,
MySpace Tom destroys heckler."
I think that was the title of the video. And that was also his reply. He just said that back to the heckler, and then people believed it. They were like, "I guess he destroyed him."
Ratio.
He did capitalize destroy and heckler.
Damn.
He did it. But somebody was like, "Oh, MySpace Tom, how does it feel that, you know, you created this big website and then you lost it all? Now MySpace isn't even like a website anymore." And he was like, "I'll tell you how it feels. I created the world's first and most popular social media website of our generation and then sold it for multiple billions of dollars. And now I chill hard as fuck for the rest of my life." And I was like, "Yeah, bitch."
Hell
Yeah.
fucking
You just saw him sitting there at his fucking chalkboard, wherever his picture was, and he's just like, "Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm MySpace Tom."
Yeah, I was following him like for a while, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. I just like randomly was like, what the fuck is this guy up to? He just like travels around the world, and now he's like, he just does photography. And he's like decent, but it's just basically like, yeah, I'm gonna go crazy places and just take pictures.
Yeah. How good do you have to be at something else when you've already
Yeah, you
done
already
that?
did that. Yeah,
It's like,
you're
dude, I already
fine.
did
Yeah,
this.
just chill.
I've already done more in this one lifetime before I was 30 than you will ever do in 70 lifetimes.
Yeah.
Average person who tweets at me. And now, I'm sorry, I'm getting very aggressive right now. I'm yelling at you. I just
taking
see
my anger
a
out on
17-year-old
you.
on your face, and I'm just been yelling at you for the past 30
Dude,
minutes.
is my hat down too low?
You look like a little kid, dude. You look like you're on the opposite team from me, dude. Grow up. Pull your hat up, for God's
Dead
sake.
emoji. This old ass man.
But that's the thing people don't understand is people are so lacking of self-awareness when they judge people who do shit to think that they have any right to criticize somebody who's not. Like, when people make fun of a band for being a one-hit wonder, that hits close to home for me because I'm a zero-hit, complete lack of wonder. There's no wonder I haven't had a hit.
Who?
Zero. Who is this guy? I wonder who this guy is. Who is he? Do you know how hard it is to make a song that becomes a hit? Do you know how many bands and musicians and people throughout the course of history have written songs and dedicated their life to something and nobody has ever fucking heard of them or their fucking song? And then you have a band come along that comes out with one song that everyone knows, let's say from the 80s, and you can play it and nobody knows it was you. Like, they might have to Shazam it and be like, "Oh, this guy. Never heard of him." But you know the fucking song.
Yeah.
And guess what? That guy's chilling because you just Shazammed his song and he just made more money off of that.
Yeah.
So he wrote one hit.
Yeah, it was probably in like 2 or 3 movies.
Yeah.
Now he's just living.
Yeah. And it defined a decade. You know, a song that when you think, you instantly know the year, you get the vibe of it. And it's like, what are you doing, dude? What are you fucking doing? Do you have any hits?
Fucking listening to this,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. I always, like, at gigs and stuff, I'll be like, this guy was you guys probably don't know it, like 9 Days, the band 9 Days. They sang, "This is the story of a girl." And I'll be like, that band's called 9 Days. You probably didn't know that. They're a one-hit wonder. Still more hits than me, which is true. Because I'm sitting here playing at fucking, you know, Tiki Lee's.
Yeah, I'm playing their hit right now.
Yeah, I'm playing their hit right now.
I owe these guys a lot of money.
Royalties, baby. Royalties is the name of the game. So before you criticize someone, just ask yourself, what have I done lately? Not just lately, ever. What have I done ever? And if the answer is not much, maybe get off Twitter, get off your fucking dead emojis, and go do something. And then text me about it with a laughing, crying emoji so I know it's real. And then we'll talk. And then we'll talk. And that's that.
That's fucking that.
That's millennials. That's a millennial M. You can't see, but Eric's flashing the Z.
Majin, baby.
Eric's over here with the fucking... I can't even do a Z. Yeah. What was a Z?
No,
This-
I was doing an M, dude.
No, dude. Quit trying to join my team now, bro. You know what you are.
M.
You know what you are, dude.
Or is it a Z? I'm
M?
switching up on you, bitches.
Come on, dude.